If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. Guys, welcome to Season 2, episode number 14 of the Derby Current Life. And to start off this episode, we're currently 8th in the table, doing really well in the league. But the teams around us do actually have a game in hand, so they can go potentially up to 50 points. So we're only really 4 points away from 5th, so there's an off chance that we could, if we get a few good results together, move it into those Europa League spots. Of course, we are also in the FA Cup, so that's another opportunity to get into the Europa League if we somehow manage to win against Spurs, and then in the semi-finals, and then in the finals. So yeah, we've got about 11. We have got 11 games left of the season. So I think what I'm going to do is probably increase the number of games we play in this episode to probably 5. We'll play the Watford, Spurs, Leicester, and the Fulham and Leeds game. And then the next episode we'll go Southampton, Everton, Burnley, Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City. So yeah, there's an off chance that I think by doing more games in the episode, obviously it means we get to next season much quicker, and we can make some more signings. But in terms of this season, it's kind of the FA Cup and maybe the league. There's no chance of us getting relegated at this point. We've got, I think, double the amount of points as the team in the relegation zone. So we've avoided relegation at this point with 10 games left. It's usually around the 40-point mark. So yeah, I think we've done really well. Obviously, Cabral scoring 33 goals this season has definitely helped out a lot. And obviously, a lot of you guys don't want me to sell him, so I might keep him next season. But if I just have a quick look and see what his current value is, it kind of tells you that, I've got a player that's worth 35 million here, but in terms of selling him, you could probably get up to 60-70 million. So it's one of those, we'll have to wait and see, of course. I think there's replacements that can be made in that position for a player similar to him. So let's go into the game against Watford. Going to have to make a few changes due to fitness, but not too many. I might even be tempted to, I don't know, do I want to put Nathan Byrne in? The problem is I've just not got any fitness on any of these players. I might put Jordan Brown in at right back, actually. He should do a decent job there. Although I might put Yohan in, just because then it ticks off the objectives. Here we are then against Watford. Let's have a look and see if Will Hughes is in that lineup for today's game. We've had to put Shinnie, Yohan, and I think that's about it. A few changes. Clark coming into the defence for Bielik as well, just because of fitness. That Leicester game was a midweek one, but we do have a bit of a break between now and the next game against Spurs. They do have Danny Welbeck and Success up front, Octavio, Cleverley and Chalobah, then Firmino and Iago. I think Hughes actually went somewhere. He transferred, didn't he? I think he's transferred on this career mode to Fulham. So obviously he won't be playing for Watford. But as you can see, Calaroos is in goal for Watford, so against his former club. Only around 70 rated, so realistically we should be scoring 5 or 6 goals this game with that calibre of goalkeeper in. Chance here for Knight, if I can slip him in. I think he's onside, but can he get the finish against Calaroos? Yes, he can. There we go. We do make it 1-0 there in the first 15 minutes. A good start to the game, of course. And yeah, I'm converting Jason Knight to a CDM just to get those defensive stats up, but obviously still going forwards, he's very, very effective. And against his fellow former Derby player, Calaroos, does get his 6th goal of the season. So it's a nice contribution for a player that is essentially a holding midfielder. I'd put the ball running through the lines quite easily, but can he find the delivery back to Jason Knight on the edge of the box with the shot, saved by Calaroos and out for a corner. I don't know if VA have patched corners since the update, because I've really struggled in recent times to actually get the ball onto Cabral's head and to score like I used to be able to. Chance here for Knight to get his second. He just makes those runs from the midfield and it just gives us that extra man. But Roos does make a very good save there to prevent the goal. Obviously he's not the best finisher in the world, Jason Knight, but he has got a decent shot on him. And to Vasquez here, can he get the second goal and finish off this game now? Yes, he can. And that goal with 15 minutes to go is very important, because against the computer in the last 15 minutes, they're going to score more than likely. It's actually been a very difficult game. I don't know if it's because of the first game of the day and I'm just warming up to FIFA, but yeah, I've struggled quite a bit. And we're going to get on Georgie V now just to get those objectives ticked off, of course. We'll go into that attacking midfielder position, and yeah, we kind of struggled this game. Obviously, fitness, we're missing 1 or 2 players, but 15 goals now for Lucas Vazquez, and we can rest him up for the next game against Spurs. Watford on the attack into Chalobah in the box with the shot and with the goal, and as I said, they will score in the last 15 minutes, and that's why you need the 2-goal advantage. And we may even still lose the 3 points. There's 10 minutes to go. Chalobah with the goal did kind of push himself up front. I don't know if he is actually playing there or not, but was very high up. Don't know what formation. Why are they playing like a 4-4-2 like that? Never seen it like that before, where the 2 strikers are so far apart. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how we do in these last 10 minutes. Then we go full time against Watford. We do get a narrow 2-1 win. Obviously, we were missing a few players due to fitness. Cabral wasn't on 100% fitness as well. But Kelleroos actually did make a couple of decent saves against his old club, like 3 pretty good ones, and did make it quite interesting towards the end there. So there we go, we have sold Wayne Rooney to Granada for 4.8 million, which for a player that I wasn't exactly playing this season, I'll have a look and see how many games we've actually played with him, is actually quite a bit of money. And we also have a monthly scout report here from France. I don't know if I can actually... Oh yeah, we don't have any money, so I can't... I'm going to just have to leave the ones that I want in here for another month and hope we get some money somewhere, maybe from the FA Cup game actually. That'll probably sort that. But yeah, there's only a couple that I want anyway, and it looks like they're defenders, hopefully right backs, so yeah, you can kind of get defenders slightly in the team a little bit more easier. But with that Rooney sold, I'm not too sure if that money comes in next season then. But if we just quickly go over to the squad hub, obviously because we've got Vazquez, Sibley and Lawrence, that attacking midfielder position, just haven't really had the opportunity to play Rooney. He's only played 3 games all season, 1 in the league, 1 in the Carabao Cup, and 1 in pre-season. So yeah, I think it's just the physical side of him in the Premier League. You just cannot compete at all, which is a shame. I maybe could have brought him off the bench here and there, but in terms of starting him, it just wasn't that viable. So yeah, we do have the big game against Spurs now in the FA Cup quarter-finals. If we do win this game, there's only, City, Chelsea and Arsenal left in the competition. Obviously we beat Arsenal, we drew to Chelsea, and we only narrowly lost against Manchester City at the Etihad. So I'm quietly confident that we could do quite well in this competition. Obviously Portsmouth could upset everyone and beat Man City. That'd be great. Same with Newcastle and maybe even Everton. So yeah, let's go into this game against Spurs. Obviously we should have a fully fit team, and it does look like that. It is away from home, of course, so will be that extra bit of difficulty. But I think in terms of this, we do need to make a few changes because of the fitness. Obviously I made those permanent changes. But in the last game it did actually say that Fernandinho is considering retirement, so it would be a bit of a shame if we did lose him. I don't know if I want Clark in, because he was really good in the last game. Although I do love Fosu Mensah because he is just so fast and kind of strong. Like, he just gets the ball quite easily. I don't know, I might be tempted to take Yedlin out, for this kind of game, just against Spurs. Obviously make it a little bit more defensive. Can play at right back, of course, so I think that might be the play. And we'll go for Damari Gray on the right hand side. Here we are then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Really good new stadium on the game, of course, and yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game against them. I don't think they've got Harry Kane, so it's not 100% the best possible Spurs team. As you can see, there is Joshua King up front, who's only around 77, maybe 78 rated, so not the best striker in the world. Bergwijn and Mora on the wings, then Lo Celso, Højbjerg and Winks, then a back 4 of Reguilon, Matip, Bartra and Tanganga, and then Hugo Lloris in goal. So, there's only really, the wingers of Bergwijn and Mora are good. Lo Celso's decent, Matip and Bartra are good, Reguilon and Lloris, but there's no Son, there's no Dele Alli, there's no Kane, so it's not the most difficult Spurs team in the world, and with obviously Fosu Mensah coming into the defence, it might just help us to be that little bit more solid. So I'm quietly confident that we could get something from this game. Chance here for Joswiak on the edge. I'm not too sure why he's cut inside so much, but Maxlow is on the overlap with the shot, but Obviously, he's not not well known for his shooting ability, and as you can see, has scuffed that shot wide. But a good early start from us. On to Cabral then. Can he find the back of the net with a shot? Good save from Hugo Lloris. Obviously, good to test the keeper early on. We'll get Bird on this corner and hopefully get a goal from a corner, which we haven't actually done in quite a while. It's gone to Cabral's head, but over the bar. King with the ball in the box here. Tries to pull it back, but do read it. Now Cabral. Just trying to wait for Joswiak. If we can slip him in, hopefully he's onside and we can get the first goal of the game with the finesse shot. There we go. Lovely little goal from Kamil Joswiak, and what we needed in this game. The first goal really does make the difference, and yeah, it's nice to see Cabral with the assist. Of course, he's not been on, I don't know, he's still good, but he's not been on that 100% form in recent games. Yeah, really nice run from Joswiak and a very good finish against Hugo Lloris. Chance here for Gray down the wing. Good ball from Fosu at full-back. Can he get the finish though? With the shot now into the back of the net, and we do make it 2-0 just before half-time. Really good counter-attack there down the wing, and yeah, really big goal in this game. Getting the second goal makes it very, very a nice second half for us, and hopefully is enough to go through to the semi-finals. And it'd be really good to get, you know, a bit of silverware in our second season, of course. You know, most people don't do career modes with lower teams. They do teams with, like, you know, like the top 6 teams, and then win, you know, either Europe or a domestic cup. So it would be nice to get some silverware, of course. As you can see, Spurs have only really had one shot in that first half, and we've actually had quite a few decent chances. So it's good to see. Obviously, it's not the strongest Spurs team in the world, and because we rested our players, that also might be a factor of why we're doing so well, because Spurs may not have rested theirs. Chance here for Cabral. Going through, hopefully we can whip it into the back post to Joswiak with the volley and into the back of the net, and that is an unbelievable goal to make it 3-0 and to hopefully get us through to the next round. It was a really good, a bit counter-attacking football again. The issue with the way EA have countered counter-attacking is by putting, if I just show you basically, the centre-back will just drop off by miles. You can see Bartra is like essentially on the edge of his box, and obviously it means I can't run through with Cabral, but what I can do is run out wide and then find somebody at the back post with a goal. So it's obviously a difficult situation. It does prevent more goals than it's a good solution, because not as many goals do go in, but obviously goals like that still can go in. So it's very difficult for EA to balance it, of course. I may actually look to make a few changes now that we are winning 3-0. Obviously the defensive side we've done really, really well, and I might be tempted to stick to this back four, because obviously Yedlin's not going to be really playing next season. I might even be tempted to sell him. So I think obviously keeping Fosu and Clark in the first team 11, yeah, it's a good option that we do have. Next game is against Leicester, of course, who we only recently beat in the last episode, obviously, to get into this quarter-final of the FA Cup. Not the best of clearance there from Jason Knight, and I've had to go in with Damari Gray. It won't be a red card because, well, they don't exist on FIFA 21. Chance here for Knight to slip it into Louis Sibley. As you can see, the defensive side of Spurs is literally gone, and Louis Sibley does make it 4-0 there and gets us through to the next round. That's pretty much wrapped up now. There's no way Spurs can score 4 goals with less than 30 minutes to go, and it's good to get Sibley off the bench, of course. I might even look to rest somebody like Cabral. I think we do have a bit of a break though now because of the international break, but we'll give Michy Batshuayi a bit of game time, because obviously he's on loan. If you don't play your loan players enough, they will be recalled. So I might be tempted to obviously literally sub him on every game just to make sure he doesn't get recalled. Hoiberg into Eric Dyer, slip through for Lo Celso and into the back of the net to make it 4-1. Obviously it won't make too much of a difference, but it would have been nice to keep the clean sheet. But as you can see, the passing movement, really good through ball. Maybe I could have switched to Bird and closed that gap, but yeah, with 10 minutes to go, I'm not too concerned. Bird on the attack here. Can he get a goal to make it 5-1? Now with the shot and with the goal, we do get the goal in the final minute there to pretty much wrap up the game. But defensively, obviously, when it gets to 2 or 3 goals, you know, there's one at the back there, if anything. But yeah, it's just really, really easy to score against the computer once you get into a comfortable position. I'm sure you've played like I'm sure if you've played career mode or squad battles, you know that it's the first couple of goals that really win the game. After that, it's, you know, just an extra bit of goals here and there. But there you go, we do win the game and we do go through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Really good, and I think the manager's been fixed. There's Jose Mourinho giving me a good shake, and it's great to see we won against a good team, but not phenomenal Spurs team. There's no Kane, no Son, no Dele Alli, so it's a win against Spurs, but it's not exactly 100% Spurs. Transfer free from AZ for Ben Foster, obviously is getting on a bit now at 38 and hasn't exactly played too many games this season. We can go up to 4.8, so let's go into the negotiations. It's kind of frustrating that these deals don't happen actually in the window, they happen after the window. Looks like the managers still haven't been fixed, but they were fixed in that FA Cup game, which is a bit odd. But we'll go to the 4.8 million. Obviously it just gives us a little bit extra money. And there we go, we can offer the 4.8 million, so it'll be interesting to see if that deal does go through. Obviously he is a crucial player, so signing somebody assigned to like the rotation role as our backup goalkeeper will probably help with morale a bit more. So let's have a look and see who we do have in the next round of the FA Cup. Hopefully it's not Manchester City. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have not said, oh, hopefully it's not Man City. It is at Wembley, of course, so it's a neutral venue. And if we do, essentially, if we win the semi-final, it puts us in a really good position, because Chelsea and Everton, we've actually had positive results against them this season. So, you know, it's a big FA Cup semi-final that we do have. I'll have a look on when that game does come up. Obviously, we've got Leicester to finish off this month. Fulham, Leeds, Southampton. So it is towards the end of the month. And then obviously it would put another game on top of that at around about, I think it's the 25th. So yeah, it does mean we do get that extra one, maybe even two extra games. So we got so we've already played two games this episode. So it really does depend on whether we do win that next FA Cup game against Manchester City, because then obviously it will give us another game in that month. So if that is the case, I may go to 4 games in the next episode. But we'll play this Leicester, Fulham and Leeds game in this episode. Finish off the month of April in the next episode, if we get to the FA Cup final. So yeah, it's obviously makes things a little bit longer, but obviously if we do win the FA Cup, then that'll be absolutely fantastic. As you can see, we are currently 4 points off Chelsea in 5th, so if we can win this next game as well, Leicester are just below us, so it would be quite nice. As you can see, we scored a lot of goals this season with 76, but only a +7 goal difference, so not too impressive. But yeah, 3 points in this game would just keep us in those Europa League spots, so I don't think we're going to be able to get the Champions League, so that's good to see, because I kind of didn't want Champions League football in Season 3, so yeah, as long as we get Europa League football, then that'll be really, really good. And I'm kind of tempted to go back to that back 4 that we did have against Spurs, because it did really, really well. Obviously, they already conceded the 1 goal, so I think defensively it did really, really well, so I think that makes sense to go back to it. Here we are then for the East Midlands derby against Leicester City. It's going to be very interesting to see what their lineup looks like, because they do have quite a good transfer system at Leicester, of course, and Damari Gray coming against his former club. Let's have a look at the teams for today's game. Then we do have Damari Gray against his former club, of course. Let's have a look at their team. Then they've gone for the 4-3-3, Schmeichel in goal, Hysaj and Wijnaldum at fullback. Then Zuma and Torres as the back 2. Then Ndidi, Emre Can and Maddison. Then Under and Barnes on the wing, and Tammy Abraham up front. Obviously, good midfield 3, like really, really good. And we did actually beat them at the start of the month to get through in the FA Cup. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for us to get those back-to-back wins against our local rivals. Josrak into Vazquez through for Cabral. Can he get the finish though? Yes, he can. There we go. Artur Cabral with the goal to get us into the lead. And yeah, it's really good to get the first goal as always. And Artur Cabral gets his 34th, maybe 35th of the season. It's a little bit ridiculous how many goals he's got, but yeah, I think he was exactly. We literally spent all of our money on him, and the gamble has paid off. Although we do have that 25% sell-on clause, which I'm kind of annoyed at, which kind of makes me think we should keep him, because obviously if we do sell him, it'd be a good 10 or 15 million we'd have to give to Basel. But on the flip side, obviously it would give us a lot of money to invest in the team and make it overall better. I should work with the ball here, bit of space to run into as well. Can we get the second goal of the game? Wonderful pace, a wonderful goal from the Polish international, and he hasn't actually been called up for international duty, which I'm not going to complain with, because it means he's fully fit for these games and doesn't get injured. But we've got like the Bulgarian youth players being called up, but not Bielik or Josrat. But a wonderful run from him there, just to completely burst his way through. I think he's got about 94 pace now, which is ridiculous when you really think about it. Yeah, 91 acceleration plus the plus 5, of course, so gets him towards like 97 pace. So yeah, really fast indeed. Really good dribbling, really good finishing as well for a winger. And yeah, obviously there's players that I want to keep at the club for the entire career mode, such as Bird, Knight, Joswiak, and Bielik and Clark. I think they're pretty much, and Sibley of course, they're pretty much not going to ever be sold on this career mode, just because they are those original core players that we did start a career mode with. Not the best to throw out from Ramsdale, and Leicester are camped on the edge of the box here. Good tackle though from Bird, but Maddison wins it straight back. Ndidi with a decent shot on him, so with Emre Can, but unfortunately it has deflected off one of my defenders there, I think, and gone into the back of the net. Not too sure who it came off, but yeah, Emre Can, really good signing for Leicester, and kind of realistic in a way. I think he played for Rodgers under Rodgers at Liverpool. Yeah, it's Fosu Mensah. Really unlucky there to bounce around Ramsdale, and yeah, it would have been nice to end this first half with the clean sheet, but definitely makes the game more interesting now when the AI especially get one goal. It just makes a complete difference. Tammy back to the fullback into Castagne, cross to Emre Can with the shot and with the goal. Leicester have been pretty much in the driving seat since getting that first goal. They've really held the ball well, and as you can see, I don't know why Bird and Knight are so tucked into the defence there. They should really be on the edge, stopping those kind of shots, but I've actually brought on the academy players now, just to, I kind of need to do it anyway, because I need to tick off the objective, since it is a high priority one. So it may cost us results here and there, but I'd rather get those objectives done and get them out of the way. So I've just thought of something that's actually really clever. You sub on the player, get the appearance, then sub them off for another player. So we're going to do that with Tom Lawrence and get him on at the cam position. So obviously I can't do it for more than one player, but at least I can get him off the pitch now and get a decent player on. Hopefully that counts anyway. It'd be funny if it doesn't, but we'll have to wait and see. I'd assume it'd work, because it's obviously an appearance. It shouldn't really matter how long they're on the pitch for. Tammy into Emre Can, who's been really, really good. Now to Maddison with the shot from Tammy. And after being 2-0 up, we are now 3-2 down, and it just shows how getting, I don't know, just Emre Can just playing at that position. Again, Bird and Knight in pretty much no man's land defensively there. 6 goals for him, and yeah, we do get Tom Lawrence on for Georgie V, just to potentially rescue a point here. Kind of thrown away the 3 points, if anything. I've just gone through the back of him here, and it might be a red. It looks like it's going to be a red. It's a red card on FIFA 21, guys. Jesus, he's not innocent there, and yeah, you do get down to 10 men. I think I'm probably just going to leave it, because, well, we need a goal and can't really do much about it, but yeah, it does mean he's going to be out for the next game, and playing those 10 games, I probably will. I think I could probably put him in the FA Cup game as well, off the bench, but I don't know, I've never been a fan of youth academy players, mainly because of the appearance. They just look too, you can tell them straight away that they're not real, because of the like height, weight and build of them. So yeah, we have got about 10 minutes here to potentially rescue a point. Unfortunately not fallen through for Lawrence there. And there we go, full time against Leicester. After being 2-0 up, we have lost 3-2. It probably is the youth academy players that cost us that game, because they're just terrible. They're just not usable at all. And I might just bin off the objective, to be honest, because it's just kind of frustrating how the way you have to do it, basically. You do need to get 10 appearances with 2 different players. We'll have a look and see how far we are into it. But it's just a bit... It's just not that interesting to me. But I do like to tick off objectives at the same time. But I guess it just makes things a little bit more interesting in the Premier League by losing that game. Going to be suspended for the next game. We're currently 9th, and yeah, we're still within reaching distance. We do technically have a game in hand, but you will be out for the next game, Yuan. And yeah, I think in terms of appearances, let me just quickly check how many Yuan and Georgie V has. So Georgie V's okay. Both of them are okay. It's just trying to get them both on the pitch at the same time. Obviously, both of them being 60 rated, so we need 5 more appearances for him and 7 more for Yuan. And let me just check how many games we've got left this season, because, well, we don't want to do it and not have enough games. So we need 7 more games. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we've got enough, just about. Obviously, we'll be suspended for the next game against Fulham. And obviously, once Georgie V's done, so obviously that'll be... We need 5 more games, so that'll be up to pretty much the City game. So yeah, it's definitely doable. It's just... I'd rather not do it. But we do have a 93 manager rating, which is very good to see. But it's kind of frustrating that it doesn't tell you how many you've done out of the 10 games. So that's kind of frustrating about that objective, but I'm pretty sure we only need 5 and 7 more games. So yeah, let's go simulate up to the Fulham game. Obviously Leicester are a decent team, they're 7th in the table now, and that Emre Can was very good for them. And as you can see, we have sold Ben Foster there for 4.8 million. Again, a player that hasn't exactly played too much this season, just like Rooney, but we've got just under 5 million for him. So if we have a quick look and see what we're actually selling, I think there's an easy way of doing it actually. If I go over to the transfer hub, and it should be received offers, or is it transfer listed? So yeah, there we go. So we got Adam Ider going out on loan to Frankfurt, I think that is, for a couple of years. Nathan Burns are free to Galatasaray. Shuni's going to Torino on a free. Ben Foster to AZ for 4.8 million. Same with Rooney. So we've got a number of players here that are moving away, and it will just make things obviously a lot more interesting for next season. Obviously, we've still got Johnny Mitchell as well as a backup goalkeeper, so if needs be, obviously you can do a job for a little bit of a time, but obviously a backup goalkeeper is what we'll be looking for as well, or maybe just a first team and then put Ramsdale on the bench. Next game is against Fulham then, and they are currently 16th in the table, and yeah, we're still kind of within those chances of getting that place. Obviously Leicester winning that game has really pushed them up the table by quite a bit, so a bit of a shame we couldn't get anything from that game. But if we do win, obviously we do go back into those, West Ham have got a game in hand, so we go level on points with them, with the game in hand to potentially go on to 55 points. So yeah, we're still in a pretty okay position. Yeah, Fulham with 26 points, 6 wins so far this season. Should be an easy game for us, and hopefully we've got everyone back from injury. I will actually change the team now because we haven't actually done it since that start of the episode, basically. Here we are then at Craven Cottage against Fulham. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 just like us. They have Bettinelli in goal, Alfie Mawson at left back, not exactly his ideal position as a centre back, and then they do have Torin Riga, not too sure who he is, and Kranjic, then Kenny Tetty and Zaracho, Filippo Augusto, Vargas, Knockout, Kearney and Mitrovic up top. Yeah, it's not a great Fulham team, to be honest. There's a lot of championship caliber players in there, and we should be able to easily walk this game. As you can see, we've got a pretty good 80 rated squad now in pretty much all the positions. So yeah, we do have a very good Premier League team. Vasquez into Bird. Has he got the finish though to make it 1-0? Yes, he does. There we go. Max Bird with a decent shot, actually, which I'm quite surprised at because he is obviously a defensive midfielder. Gets the goal to make it 1-0 there in the first 15 minutes, and away from home, obviously, we've done okay actually, but I think we do need to get that 3 clean sheets in a row somehow, but I don't think he'll be able to achieve that. It is his first Premier League goal of the season. He did score in the last game against, not the last game, the game before that in the FA Cup, of course, but yeah, he doesn't score too many. Can he get it across the face of goal to Lucas Vazquez with the shot and with the goal? We do make it 2-0 there just before half-time, and gets us into a comfortable position. I don't think Fulham have had a single shot yet, and yeah, he's been a good player this season. Obviously, Vazquez, I wasn't too convinced when we were looking at him on a free agent. I love a look at free agents again, but I don't think it's going to be possible to get any like we did last season, because I think the AI are much more intelligent in terms of re-signing players on contracts and players moving to different clubs and stuff like that. So I don't think we're going to be able to get any more. We obviously got Danny Ings, Jack Harrison and Bakayoko coming in. 3 really good signings. Yeah, can we get one more goal to end off this first half? Whips it into the back post, but cleared. Can I get this ball through here for Joswiak? I think he's onside. Literally from a goal kick. And there we go, there's a goal. I think, what did we score? Was that this season? It was this season, where Ramsdale booted it and it went all the way to Cabral and he went clean through, and it's kind of similar to that goal in a way. You know, just a long goalkeeper kick and Joswiak on the end of it to make it 3-0 and to get about his, I want to say 8th goal this season. Only 4. How's he only got 4 goals? He must have a lot in the FA Cup then or something, because it feels like he's got more than 4 goals this season. Fulham on the attack here with Mitro. Cross here to Kearney, and he does find the back of the net. Oh, it's Kearney to Mitrovic, sorry. How's that? Oh, yeah. I got really confused there, but yeah, Mitrovic does make it 3-1 there, and obviously just getting those away clean sheets is super difficult. I think it was a streak anyway, so I don't think it would have mattered, because we obviously didn't have a clean sheet against... who was it? Somebody lost the clean sheet against. 3 or 4. Joswiak, can he get his 2nd goal of the game with the shot and with the goal? 5th goal of the season now for Kamil Joswiak, makes it 4-1, and yeah, just gets that 3-goal advantage back to us. But I was quite surprised that he's only got 4 in the league. I'll have to have a look how many he's got overall. There we go, full time against Fulham. It is a 4-1 victory away from home, and yeah, getting the 3 points obviously helping us out a lot. It would have been nice to keep the clean sheet, but I don't think it would have really mattered in terms of any objectives. So yeah, Kamil Joswiak doing really well that game. So we've had a youth player terminate his contract, but as I said, I'm not too fussed. I think once we've done this youth development one for this season, I probably won't even look to do it in the future. But as you can see, we're only 3 points off Leicester City. It would have been really nice even to get a point against Leicester. Obviously, it would have meant we'd only be a point away now. But yeah, really unfortunate that we did lose that game. But in that second half, Leicester were just unbelievable. But yeah, like just 3 points away, it's not anything major, so we can definitely make that up and potentially finish 5th in our first season. And as you can see, we've got a few more youth players not very happy, and it's actually probably saving me money, if anything. If I just go over to the office, yeah, we've got $3,000 in wages now for players that I would have never played anyway, so I guess that's helpful. You know, I'm never going to need these players because they're 60 rated, and you know, this career mode's only going to go on for 2, maybe 3 more seasons. They're never going to be up to the rating that I need them to be usable. But we do have an offer here for Bobby Duncan from Feyenoord if we do delegate it to a 1-year loan. Again, a player probably should have played a little bit more with in the Championship to get his rating up, but obviously because we signed Delap and he did do so well, it's kind of difficult. So I'm not sure why he does want to play the Leeds game. And obviously I don't want to upset him on his loan and then Chelsea recall him. But Leeds are currently 18th in the relegation zone by 1 point. So it would be nice to just keep him there, get him relegated. See you later, Leeds. Yeah, I think this will be the final game of the episode. Then we'll do Southampton, Everton, City and Arsenal in the episode after. Depending on if we win the City game. it depends on whether we finish the season or not. We'll have to wait and see in the next episode, but if not, there'll be another episode if we do get to the FA Cup final. So yeah, let's go into the final game of this episode against Leeds, and I probably will try Batshuayi from the start, and we'll give them a go. Obviously Leeds, I do want to win this game, and we do need to put Yuan on the bench to get his appearances up to 10. Here we are then at home against Leeds United. I think we did lose against very early on in the season. I think Rodrigo with a couple of goals. Obviously we've got Batshuayi up front for this game just to see how he does. Bamford against his former club. Then they got Alioski and Jabba on the wings. Then Seri, Basuma and Calvin Phillips. Then Liam Cooper and Robin in the defence. Can't say his second name. Luke Ayling and don't even want to say that left back's name. And Shalaga in goal. Very interesting. Don't know who they are, but yeah, Rodrigo did really well in that last time we played Leeds. I'm not too sure if he's still at the club or not, but I'm glad to see he's not in the starting 11. Bamford into Jabber in the box. Good block for Bielik. Corner for Leeds. Should be an easy gather for. Why has Ramsdale just not got that? And of course it is Robin with the goal. Yeah, I don't know what. I brought the keeper out and then he just went back in the goal. Like, what are you doing? It's like the game just wants me to lose against Leeds. But yeah, goal there in the 25th minute of the match. Not the start we were looking for. Chance here for Jason Knight. He's gone through the middle. Can he find the back of the net with the shot? Yes, he can. And we do get back level against our rivals, Leeds United. And definitely a goal we needed before the end of the first half. Really good run from Jason Knight. And I'm converting into a CDM to make him a better defensive player, but I think going forwards this season, he's got more goals than Joswiak in the Premier League, so it just show how good he is at scoring. Bird with the ball into Batshuayi. Hasn't done too much this game, but not exactly had the service. Over the top here for Vazquez with the volley into the back of the net. Really good assist from Michy Batshuayi to get us into the lead there with Vazquez to get his 16th goal of the season. Really good volley from him, and 17th actually, so even for Vazquez to score that many goals is really good. And as he is like 30 going on to 31, wouldn't be against selling on. We'd probably easily get 30 million for him. Free kick here for Leeds. Bamford coming off for Rodrigo, who just is horrible this year on the game. Obviously both Ultimate Team and on this career mode we did struggle against him, but Lowe's won it and now we can counter. Great tackle there from Clark, and that should be about full time. I'm just going to punt it up the pitch to Cabral, and that hopefully is the end of the game there, if the ref wants to blow the whistle. There we go, finally against Leeds United we do get the 3 points, make sure they do stay in the relegation zone, and yeah, keeps us on that good run. Of course they did do quite well. It was quite a difficult game and not too many chances. So with that win against Leeds we do go up to 6th in the table now, 3 points off Leicester City. I'm not too sure if 6th in the table does in real life, but does it actually count on the game getting Europa League football? Obviously we've technically got a game in hand on the likes of Wolves and West Ham as well. So yeah, if we can potentially get the 3 points against Southampton, we're in a pretty good position. As you can see, Feyenoord have accepted the proposal for Bobby Duncan. It's now down to the player whether he signs for the club, and yeah, we do have our monthly scout report, and obviously we can now sign some of these players because we do actually have some money because of the release of a number of our youth players. What I'm just going to do is just reject the ones that I don't want and have a look. I think probably even reject this guy, so we'll definitely sign. I guess we go for Daniel just because he's older. I don't know, we may be able to get both of them. We can actually get both of them, so there was no worry there. So we've got a couple of French players now in the youth academy, so let's have a quick look and see what rating they are and what potential they'll potentially get. So it looks like they will be 51 and 53 rated, but they are both right backs, so I guess that's okay. Both about similar, they're pretty much the same. That's what the game's telling me there. So yeah, I think on that note we're going to finish off this episode here. 94 manager rating at the minute, which is ridiculous. As I said, we will look to finish off the season in the next episode if we lose the semi-final against Manchester City. If not, it might be the episode after, because obviously if we do win the game, obviously we'll get 4 games and then 4 games in this one, but we did play 5 in this episode, so we'll have to wait and see, of course. But yeah, we're in a really good position at the minute. 55 points, 3 points off Leicester, and definitely a good opportunity to get into those top places. I still don't know if 6th counts as Europa League or not, but Cabral's definitely slowed down a bit recently. I don't think he's scored in, he hasn't scored as many goals as he was pre, especially the turn of year, pretty much since January. So it's a bit of a shame, but obviously it's just the season starting to obviously get a bit towards the end, and players are running out of stamina and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave some comments down below on signings for next season, because we're only a couple of episodes away now, and yeah, obviously we want to get those scout reports in. Obviously we've got Danny Ings, Bakayoko and Harrison coming in, but a new goalkeeper, since Foster is going out, is what we'll need, and I think probably a right back. That'll be the other position, and maybe a winger. Might need another winger. So really does depend on what position we do finish and what we have next season in terms of European football or not. So yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like, rate if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.